Hello friends, today we expand the storage of the iPhone 11. We check the battery health of the phone. Battery health shows 76%. The storage off this phone is 64 gigabytes. This friend requested expansion to 512 gigabytes. Expanding the storage off iPhone 11 requires copying the underlying data of the hard disk, then copy to the new hard drive. Now we have copied. Let's start to test the airtightness of this phone. We have to test it before repairing it. Pressure needs to reach -20. It needs to hold pressure for 20 seconds after reaching. This phone is airtight. There is also the original waterproof and dustproof performance. Next we start to remove the bottom screw. Put it in the official screen removal tool. Professional tools are not easy to damage the phone case and screen. Screen is on. Take off the phone. Let's put on this static bracelet. Have a test. Functioning normally. Start turning on the screen. Inside is very clean. No signs of repair. Next we are going to remove the screen. Protect the Face ID components first. Remove the screws of the screen cable protection cover. The old screws removed are no longer used because the customer asked to replace an official original battery. After expanding storage, replace the customer with an official original battery. We remove the screen cable. Remove the screen. Next we need to remove the vibration and speaker. The purpose of removing the vibration and horn for easy removal of the battery. There are brand new screws in the official original battery. Now we're ready to start removing the speakers. Remove the speaker. Remove the vibrator, then start removing the battery glue. The battery glue on this phone is a bit old, easy to break. We drop a little alcohol. Soften the battery glue. Let's clean up the waterproof glue around the frame of the phone. This waterproof glue must be cleaned. We start removing the battery. Clean up. Then clean up the remaining battery glue. This aging battery glue is time-consuming to clean up, but we have to clean it up. Let's clean up the remaining waterproof glue around the case. This is what we got after we cleaned it up. Now we are going to remove the motherboard. First, remove the motherboard for storage expansion. After expansion, let's install this official original battery again. Pry off all the cables on the motherboard. Prepare to remove the motherboard. Remove the motherboard. Drop a little alcohol. Remove the foam from the motherboard. Remove the protective sticker from the hard drive. Use this high-temperature tape to fix the motherboard to it. This is to prevent the motherboard from shifting during heating. Now we heat evenly. Then clean the sealant around the hard drive first. The sealant of this BGA needs to be cleaned first. We then heat the hard drive evenly. After reaching the temperature, slowly pry the hard drive. Remove the hard drive. Low-temperature tin neutralizes tin spots on hard drives. Then use the soldering tape to smooth the tin points on the hard disk. Then we clean up the BGA vinyl on the motherboard. Then we install the hard drive. Reseal the hard disk with BGA glue. Clean up again. This is what we got after we cleaned it up. Next, let's clean up the hard drive. Tidy up. Use medium temperature tin at 183°C. Adjust to the right humidity. Start to tin the hard drive. This is the effect after we planted. No need to heat into a ball. We put it directly on the motherboard. Evenly heats the hard drive. After the temperature reaches, the hard disk has the feeling of automatic rebound. The hard disk has been installed. We take off the heat tape. Then put BGA glue on both sides of the hard drive. Let the glue flow completely to the bottom of the hard drive. Glue is finished. Let's clean up. Then we put the hard disk into the curing device. Preheat. Heating after preheating. Then welding. Insulation after welding. Cool down after warming. The whole process takes about 40 minutes. Has been completed. We take out the motherboard. This is the effect after the hard drive is cured. Next, we paste the heat dissipation sticker on the hard disk. And this foam. Reinstall the foam on the motherboard. This is the foam removed from the original machine. Undamaged, we install it back. Next we start to install the motherboard. Plug in all the flex cables. Getting ready to put these protective covers back on. Tighten the screws to a fixed position first. Then tighten the screws with a torque screwdriver. Motherboard installed. Plug these cables. Clean up. Next we install the vibrators and speakers. We use brand new screws that come with the official battery. The same is to put the screw on the fixed position first. Then tighten the screws with a torque screwdriver. The official original batteries of models above iPhone X are delivered with brand new screws. After tightening all the screws, getting started with torque screwdrivers. Vibrator and horn have been installed. Next we start to install the official original battery. First plug in the battery cable. Put down the battery, then put it into the battery pressing tool. Press back and forth 3 times. Press to complete. We start by removing the protective plate from the original battery. Next, let's clean up the remaining waterproof glue on the screen and the dust around the screen. Cleanup completed. Remove the protective case of the Face ID. Paste the original waterproof glue. The original waterproof glue has the function of waterproof and dustproof. Restores the airtightness of iPhones. Next we start installing the screen. Plug in the screen cable. There is also cable of Face ID. Clean up. Replace the protective cover. Also use brand new screws. Also put the screw up to the fixed position first. Tear off the last protective film of waterproof glue. Ready to start close on the screen. Let's check again. Sure, no problem. Start close the screen. Clean up. Put in the waterproof glue pressure holding tool and hold the pressure for 30 seconds. 75 kilograms average pressure hold for 30 seconds. Packing completed. Screw on the bottom screw. Let's test the airtightness of this phone again. Check after repair. Confirm whether this mobile phone restores the original waterproof and dustproof performance. Airtightness of mobile phone restored. Next we need to root the system. After expanding the storage capacity of iPhone, Apple mobile phones need to be rooted the system. Rooting directly to the latest system. Root the system complete. We reactivate the iPhone. Check out how much storage this phone has. Look at the memory of the phone is already 512 gigabytes. We also need to run the diagnostics again. Because the official original battery has been replaced, it is necessary to run a diagnosis. Need to run twice. This is the first time. Finish the first run, we start running the second time. The purpose of diagnosis is to match the battery information with the mobile phone. Diagnostics run out. Look at the information of this battery. And battery health. Battery health is returned to 100%. Genuine iPhone parts. Take another look at your phone's storage. We connect the software to test the battery charge is 0 times and the efficiency is 100%. The software is displayed as an expansion mobile phone. It also shows that the restoration has been replaced. Next, let's shut down and clean the speaker protection net and the dust in the tail plug. Cleanup completed. Clean up the dust on the handset net. This is what we got after we cleaned it up. Clean up the dust on the mute button. Let's clean up the screen. Paste a brand new tempered glass to the customer. Because before the waterproof glue holds the pressure, we tore off the original tempered glass of the customer's mobile phone. This is the effect after we pasted it. Reinstall the card tray. This is the old screw that was removed and the old hard drive that was removed. Pack it together and send it back to the customer.